When I pick a bang for someone, I do like to believe that almost everyone can have a bang. I would say about 95% of my clients just let their bangs air dry and put them where they want to see them and leave them be. Hi, I'm Bre, and I specialize in bangs here at Local Honey in Nashville. I think that really the number one thing that will determine what kind of bang someone can have is cowlicks. And a lot of people with cowlicks think that they can't have bangs, when in fact you can actually do a bang that is going to flow with that cowlick and complement that more. A lot of bangs I've been seeing more recently have been kind of like the moon-shaped or crescent bangs. That way they still have a little bit of that curtain effect that does grow out a little bit softer, but then you have the longevity of a baby bang. I've done a lot of asymmetrical bangs as well for people with more funky cowlicks and things, where you still can have a bang, but something that's a little bit more asymmetric than just like a blunt bang or more of like a curtain bang. Today, Aubrey has come in with a grown-out shag. She loves to go 6 to 8 months in between haircuts, so we're just going to bring everything back up, give her some natural texture, a little bit more life, bring those bangs back to life, and give her a really good trim on the ends. When I do Aubrey's bangs, she does have a pretty small forehead, so we usually do a little bit of that curtain out with hers just to kind of hide what would seem like a very short bang. All right, what are we thinking to do with the hair?
Definitely want to pull some layers up, kind of get some of my dead ends off.
Yeah, I noticed you've been like tucking a lot. You have so much hair. I feel like if we add a little bit of shortness around your face, it'll just bring like the eyes back up to your face.
Yes.
Well, we'll go ahead and get started. To first start off Aubrey's service, we wash her first and use the Kevin Murphy hydrating shampoo and conditioner just to give those like natural waves a little bit more bounce. When we cut her perimeter, we cut about 4 or 5 inches off just to give her a really good clean base. And then we went to the fringe, which is where I wanted the focal point of the haircut to be, and set that bang length in how we wanted, and then just kind of over directed all of those layers into that bang length. When I cut bangs, I love to point cut, especially in the middle. That way that is a little softer, especially for Aubrey's bangs today, because I wanted them to be kind of faux existing in her forehead. I also do a lot of slide cutting when I do bangs because I want to direct that hair. When I slide cut, I just kind of glide the shears through the hair, and it just helps kind of make that hair move more into that way, in that direction. So sometimes I can slide cut and actually counteract a cowlick and get the hair to lay how I want it to by slide cutting. I've noticed Aubrey has been wearing her hair just kind of tucked back a lot. So I did like the idea of giving her some like sweet little pieces around her jawline and cheekbone, just to bring like the attention of the eyes away from how much hair she has and more towards her face. I just wanted to kind of open up her face a little bit there and give her a little something to play with when she wears her hair up as well. I kept her layers in the back a little softer because I didn't want to take away the bulk of her perimeter, because she does have so much hair. And I love that she has so much hair, so I didn't want to take away too much of that. But I did just kind of follow those layers through the back just to create that very uniformed, soft, shaggier look for her. So I did prep Aubrey's hair off with the Twister Curl Primer from R&Co. and just kind of scrunch that into the hair and use that as a cutting lotion throughout her service. And then before I diffused it, I kind of used like a pinching method by putting those like bangs and those like front pieces where I want them to live, and then sprayed it with some salt spray before we put the diffuser to it. When I diffuse, I like to start at the scalp and then work my way down. That way these hairs that are more towards the scalp aren't getting too frizzy. I think that's a common user error with a diffuser. And then towards the end of diffusing, when she was like 95% dry, then I got her to flip over to add a little bit more volume to the hair and had her just play with it from there. After I finished diffusing, I kind of just place those bangs back where I want them to be and just kind of zhuzh the hair, mess it up. But yeah, I really just kind of let the client play and get a feel for how their hair looks and feels.
Oh, I feel so much healthier at the end.
So I brought up your bangs. They can kind of go forward if you want them to, like added some of those like little romantic, like little pieces.
Yeah.
But as those grow out, you can continue to just curtain them. And after a few months, they'll grow out exactly how you came in. I was really excited to see how she would play with those little pieces around her cheekbone and just really feel those bangs off of her forehead a little bit more. Aubrey's hair texture can be pretty straight as it gets longer and those layers become more grown out. But when she does have shorter layers, her hair is pretty wavy and does have quite a bit of texture to it. So yeah, I definitely do like more of a layered cut for her just to enhance some of that wave that she naturally has. Yeah, I was pretty happy with the results.